I want to talk to you a little bit today about council tax and some of the problems and issues that are going on in the UK today that MPs and councillors and councils up and down the country seem to be going out of their way to ignore, and even the suggestion that we replace council tax with a property tax. I'm talking about the reality that most people live in. And the reality is that they've got no money. So where's it going to come from anyway? Um, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to council tax, you need money management lessons if you think that you're going to replace council tax with a property tax, because let's face it, nobody's going to pay you either way. 90% of the population is paying council tax through attachment of earnings orders and their benefits like universal credit, and they're paying through deductions. They are not paying these taxes willingly. The idea that they are is morally and ethically repugnant and bankrupt. You can't sit there and say that that's what's happening, because we know that that's just not happening for most people, right? So the reason a lot of people refuse to go to work is not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want to go to work. It's because council tax exists. And a lot of people are afraid to say that that's why they don't want to work, because they don't see why they should pay £1,500 a year for a house. It's a house. It's four walls and a roof. It's the same reason why people are fed up of the rent. The rent isn't worth more than £500 per month, but we're paying 1,000 plus pounds for a house to rent. To rent. And half of these houses are not what you would call suitable for hot weather, you know what I mean? And they're definitely not suitable for cold weather in a lot of cases. It's the idea that renting a house should cost three-quarters of your income is absolutely absurd, when the whole objective to renting a house is to save money to get your first deposit on a house. So the whole rental system is broken by default. And when you consider that council tax is a second rent on people's income for 3 months of the year, effectively, if you were going by proper rates of £500 per month, you'll find that most people will go, fuck off, I'm not going to work until this shit is gone. And you'll find generations of kids and parents will be happy to just not work and pretend that they're lazy and pretend that they don't want to do better in their lives. Because let's face it, nobody in their right mind sits there thinking, I don't want to work. Most of them think, I can't afford to work because of the amount of taxes that I have to pay, 100 in total, by this government, right? We are taxed 100 times through 100 other taxes. Why the fuck would we pay a council tax? Who the fuck would want to pay a property tax? You must be out of your mind. It's very clear that the people in power, all of them, all political parties, it's not just limited to one. I'm talking about the Conservatives, Labour, and Reform and Restore, live in absolute cloud cuckoo land. Nobody is paying that tax. Not willingly, not ever. And they need to get their fat thick heads around that, because we're just not going to do what you want. You can't force people to do what you want. It just doesn't work like that. A very clear thing that needs to be said, and I think it's been uncomfortable for a while, to the MPs: you are our servants. You don't tell us what to do. You are employed by us. You might have the police there to manage things, but they are also public servants. So when it comes to council tax, wind your neck in and stop trying to charge us for things we can't afford. You're not living in our reality. You're living in a bubble in Westminster. You've always had more money than you know what to do with, and you don't know what it's like to go without food 3 or 4 days a week just to be able to feed your children, you cheeky scats. I've said my piece. There'll be more coming over the next few months.